The Curlewis Golf Club has secured its water future.
This is the Alcoa Point Henry complex, just out of Geelong.
I'm here at Fine Art College where the girls are getting right into the closing.
Good evening and welcome to News Geelong on this Friday evening. The first prototype panel for the dome roof of the Geelong Library and Heritage Centre has been constructed and is being tested at Kane Constructions in North Geelong's storage facility. Meryl Friend has the story.
We're here at Kane Construction in North Shore, where the panels behind me are part of the construction for the new Geelong Library and Heritage Centre. And you are the chair of the Geelong Library, and it's such an exciting time with the new build. And can you tell us a little bit about these panels?
Yeah, sure. No, look, it is an exciting time to be part of the city and part of the Library Corporation, because we are building a new regional library and heritage centre, and the panel behind me is part of the dome. And you know, domes have been an integral part of many famous libraries around the world over time, and there's going to be a dome with our new library, and this is one of the first panels to go up. So obviously we're looking forward to it taking shape.
Have you got any idea how the time frame's going?
Oh, I think the job's on time and it's all going well. There's a lot of internal fit out to go through next year and so forth, but the structure of the building is going up quite quick, and as you can see if you go past the site, it is quite high already.
And how is the interim facility being utilised?
Oh, it's very busy over there on the other side of the road, and our libraries around the inner city are being used as well, strongly, and obviously we want to get the new library done as quickly as possible and get people into it and enjoying it. But in the meantime, the temporary library is going quite well.
And it is an exciting time for the Geelong Library.
It's very, very exciting. So the staff and the community and me, we're all very excited about the building actually emerging so quickly from the ground. We've been in planning for some time, and so it's great for the library members who are using the Geelong Library to just peer across the road there and see it all coming to fruition, and very quickly too.
Now, what are people going to be able to expect? I know we've seen lots of diagrams of the external mostly, but what's going to be involved indoors?
Well, indoors is going to be just as exciting as the architecture, the design of the outdoors. There's going to be lots of different spaces for lots of different uses, so a heap of technology for people to use. There's going to be a children's space, a children's exploration and discovery zone, a specific space for young people, and they'll be able to access collections and technology and hang out together, but also a lot of gaming and spaces to gather and meet, and so that's really great. On the ground floor there's going to be a wonderful cafe, an 80-seat cafe with views to the park, and also available for library members to use when the library hours, the opening when we're open. And also an incredible event space on the 5th floor. So all of that lifelong learning and cultural programming that people have been enjoying, we're going to be able to bring so much more to the Geelong community from that space for up to 300 people.
You've got the huge job of being the builder of the great new Library and Heritage Centre. First of all, can you tell us a little bit about these domes?
Well, what they are made of is glass fibre reinforced concrete. There's about 350 of these standard dome-shaped panels. You've got your pentagonal-shaped ones at the top and your hexagonal-shaped ones down the bottom. So there's about 350 of these standard dome-shaped ones. In addition to that, you've got another 70-odd fascia panels, another 50 soffit panels, and another, say, 20 or 30 gutter panels, and all these are made out of this glass fibre reinforced concrete.
So what is it about this material, the glass fibre reinforced concrete, that is making that the right product for this?
Well, it's very lightweight, and you can obviously mould it into the different shapes. So that's one big advantage. And it's quite a big facade. So reducing the amount of weight in the facade obviously is a great advantage to it. Yeah.
So obviously Kane Constructions is a Geelong company.
Yes, Kane Constructions are Geelong based, that's right, and we do a lot of work down in Geelong for the various different organisations in Geelong, yes.
So it's terrific to have local workers on the building as well.
Yes, that's right, and our local contractors, we've got a number of them engaged on the job, and even the rigging contractor who's going to be installing these panels are local to Geelong too.
And as well as these ones, you've also got some of similar type of shapes in the clear glass as well.
That's right. So the facade's predominantly GRC, but where the dome is sort of cut off on two faces, you've got a glass facade. So that glass facade is flat and sawtoothed in its shape. So that's the varying element of that component of the facade.
It's a huge job to undertake, and how is it going? Is it going to time okay?
Yes. So we're on track for our original completion date at this stage, and a lot of these panels you'll see go in prior to Christmas. So everything's on track for that, and it should be a very successful, or will be a very successful project.
From North Shore, Kane Constructions, Meryl Friend, News Geelong.
Thank you, Meryl. The Salvation Army Corps is playing its part with the Geelong Food Bank. In part 2 of this story with Ian Nichols.
The Salvation Army here in Geelong has welcomed the opening, the official launch if you like, of the Geelong Food Bank, helping those in need. It's an enormous warehouse in Grovedale, and we're happy to be speaking with Captain David Collinson, who speaks on behalf of the very grateful Salvation Army team here. It's fairly propitious, I think is the word, that we are here talking to members of the Salvation Army in a week when the Army was actually inaugurated right here in Australia. And I'm talking with Captain David Collinson. Welcome to our food bank.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, first of all, let's talk about the Salvation Army. It's got a wonderful history, hasn't it?
Yes, actually 1880, September 5, the Salvation Army began in Australia in Adelaide under a gum tree. Two gentlemen by the name of Gore and Saunders, and they held a meeting there in the park, and then they said at the end of the meeting, if you are without food or you're hungry, come back to our house tonight and have a free tea.
Well, you haven't stopped doing that now for a very long time.
Yes.
And Chaplain Anne Kotzel, you'd no doubt be welcoming this wonderful facility for the people of Geelong who desperately need help.
Yes, I certainly do. Quite often see people who come into my workplace and, you know, they've just come off the streets, and it's a wonderful opportunity that we can share in and around Geelong with this facility. It's wonderful.
Well, it is a bit of a red letter day because I know that the planning has been going on for some time, and when you look around you see just how generous some people can be.
Yes, absolutely. And I think the people in Geelong too are very generous to helping others, and they look after people that are doing it rough and struggling in life, and people are very generous to our organisation too, and we're very grateful for that.
Now, Lisa Delazwana is our network director. We know only too well the slogan, "Thank God for the Salvos," but this would be a very good example, I would think.
Thank God for Jonathan Clark, I think we can say today, quite genuinely. Jonathan's brought this to Geelong, and the service he provides to the people that we meet and try to assist every day is outstanding. We're lost without this. It's fantastic for Geelong. It's an exciting day.
And we know from just reading our daily papers and watching television that as the years go by, the needs unfortunately seem to be getting greater.
Yes, unfortunately that's true, but you know, when you've got people like Jonathan and the wonderful generosity of people in Geelong, I admire Jonathan so much with his energy, his passion, and you know, I wish him all the best with this endeavour.
Yes, well, of all the agencies that we have, I suppose the Salvos is one that easily comes to mind, as you've said, because you've been around since 1880.
Yes, and we do have great respect because of the many years of service, and because we helped people's fathers in World War I, etc., etc. We're still receiving the goodwill of those days.
And I suppose the food bank is only a very small ingredient in the big picture for the Salvation Army.
Yeah, absolutely. The three things our founder used to talk about was giving people food, giving them shelter, as Lisa does at Salvo Connect, and giving people a job, something to do with themselves. And they're the three real elements of people having a decent life.
Well, to see you all here today as a team Salvation Army, yeah. I can see that you are excited about this venture, and it can only do good in the future.
Yes, and I can only grow from here. So thank you, Geelong, for your support.
And Lisa, you might tell us something about your network. It's obviously works hand in hand with all the other areas of the Salvation Army.
We do. We're specific to housing and homelessness, so we see people coming in at the greatest point of crisis in their lives. So to be able to assist in the smallest ways when sometimes our funding and our resources can't extend to what people are wanting, housing and financial relief, at least to be able to assist them with some pantry packs with the food from Geelong Food Bank is one step forward that we can make to assisting them to feel a little bit better and make things a little bit easier.
Well, I'd say anything that helps the Salvo's job a little easier is always going to be welcome in any community. So thank you so much for being part of our program tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you for talking to us.
Speaking with our Salvation Army friends here at the Geelong Food Bank, this is Ian Nichols for News Geelong.
Thank you, Nico. Yes, great work by the Geelong Food Bank and the Salvation Army. We go to a break on News Geelong. Return with part 2 after this.